There are two ways to move through life. One where uncertainty feels like possibility, where the unknown is just the shape of things not yet revealed. And another, where uncertainty feels like a trap closing in, where your body is always braced, always scanning, always waiting for the next thing to go wrong. If you know the second way, stay here for a moment. What fear actually is. Fear is a pattern of contraction in the presence of uncertainty. It is a lived internal experience of believing something bad is about to happen, feeling that you cannot handle what is coming, needing to escape or control the unknown. It shows up especially when uncertainty appears, when the future is unclear, when the body sends a signal. Something inside tightens. A voice begins to speak. Something terrible is going to happen. I can't handle this. My body is going to betray me. This feeling will never end. The body braces. The mind races. The world narrows. It is not weakness. It is survival. Where it lives, there is a felt sense of impending catastrophe when facing the unknown. Even small uncertainties can feel life-threatening. Racing thoughts, physical tension that never releases, hypervigilance scanning constantly for danger, difficulty breathing, a feeling of being trapped in your own body. The nervous system oscillates between urgency, I need to escape now, and freeze, I can't move, I can't think. This creates a loop. You want to feel safe, but your system is already preparing for disaster. So safety never arrives. Where it comes from. This pattern is not random. It is an energetic memory. A memory of a time when the environment was unpredictable or threatening. Protection was not reliable. Your nervous system had to stay on high alert. You were too small to handle what was happening. Your young nervous system did not have the capacity to discern between real threat and ordinary uncertainty. So it formed conclusions. It learned, uncertainty equals danger. If I am not vigilant, something bad will happen. My body will tell me when threat is coming, and I must obey it. These were adaptations. Your system encoded them as truth. A distorted lens. From these early experiences, a set of beliefs formed, not as thoughts but as a felt sense. About yourself. I am too fragile for this world. I cannot handle what is coming. My body will betray me. About the world. The world is fundamentally dangerous. Uncertainty means threat. Something bad is always waiting. These beliefs operate automatically. They shape perception before you even know they're there. So, uncertainty feels like catastrophe. Physical sensations feel like warnings. Safety feels temporary, always about to be taken. The system is not responding to what is happening now. It is responding to what was. The pattern resonance. When your nervous system carries these imprints, it begins to organize your life around them. You may avoid uncertainty at all costs. Scan constantly for signs of danger. Interpret neutral sensations as threats. Need to control outcomes to feel safe. Exhaust yourself with vigilance. And then these outcomes seem to confirm. See, I was right to be scared. So the pattern deepens. This is not failure. This is pattern reinforcement. What is fear is trying to do? Fear is not your enemy. It is not broken. It is the most loyal protector you've ever had. It kept you alive when things were dangerous. It learned to scan, to brace, to prepare. It never stopped watching, never stopped trying to keep you safe. The problem isn't fear. The problem is that the system is using an old map. It doesn't know that you're not in that environment anymore. It doesn't know that you have resources now. It doesn't know that you can handle more than you could then. Fear is doing exactly what it was trained to do. It just needs an update. The deeper truth. If we step beyond the learned pattern and look more deeply, the life that animates you is not fragile. The intelligence that beats your heart, that breathes your lungs, that holds your cells together. It is not threatened by uncertainty. It does not need to know what comes next. It simply continues. There is an aspect of you that is not scared. That does not brace. That does not scan for danger. This is the awareness that you are. From this perspective, uncertainty is just the shape of life moving. Physical sensations are just sensations. Thoughts about danger are just thoughts. The discomfort you feel is not truth. It is the friction between what your nervous system learned to survive and what you actually are. The real conflict is that the pain of fear is not only the sensation itself. It is the identification. You feel sphere, and then you believe, I am sphere. I am this tightness. I am this terrified person. The system says, I am in danger. While something deeper knows, I am the one noticing danger. The exhaustion comes from believing you are the fear. The freedom comes from realizing you are the one holding it. The paradox is that the more you try to control uncertainty, the more uncertain you feel. The more you try to eliminate fear, the more fear grows. Because safety doesn't come from control. It comes from capacity. The capacity to be with what is. When you stop fighting fear, when you stop trying to control what you can't control, something shifts. You build capacity to be with the unknown. You build capacity to be with the sensations. You build capacity to be with the thoughts. Not because they go away. Because you're no longer running from them. What this work is for. This work is about updating the internal system. We are recontextualizing experiences that were formed under limited capacity, limited understanding, limited support. We are allowing the nervous system to feel what it could not feel then, and introducing new perspectives that were not available then. Because safety is not primarily shaped by external circumstances. It is shaped by internal state. We become able to meet uncertainty not by controlling it, but by being regulated enough to be with it. What is the goal? The goal is not to become fearless. It is to shift from I am trapped in this fear to I can be with this fear. From hypervigilance, avoidance, physical contraction, to grounded presence, capacity to pause, trust in your own system. And once the nervous system is regulated, once the body is no longer in survival mode, something else becomes possible. You can access empowered perspectives. You can see clearly. You can actually deal with the situation in front of you, instead of being run by the fear inside you. That's the shift. Not fearless. Present. Not safe because nothing is wrong. Capable because you can meet what comes. It's how we'll work. In the session that follows, we will simulate the state of fear activation, physical contraction, catastrophic thinking, feeling unsafe. We bring it into awareness. You remain present, grounded, connected. As the statements guide you, sensations may arise. This is not regression. This is access. You are feeling what a younger part of you felt. The part that learned to brace against the world. Now you are not alone in that experience. You are present as an adult. With awareness. With capacity. With choice. You are able to provide what was missing. Steadiness, witnessing, safety, and we also introduce a deeper truth. A perspective beyond fear. where your safety is not contingent on circumstances, where your awareness is untouched by the storm. A final note: depending on your current state, this work may shift things gradually or significantly. Both are valid. What matters is consistency and gentleness, because this pattern was not created in a moment, and it does not need to be forced to resolve. It can be integrated, step by step. So take a slow breath and arrive here. Let the framework land where it lands. You do not need to hold it intellectually. Your body knows what to do with this understanding. And when you're ready, we begin. I now recall this pattern as it shows up in my life. I often assume the worst-case scenario is the most likely one. I believe that if I am not vigilant, something bad will happen. I tend to interpret physical sensations as signs of impending danger. I feel that uncertainty is something I must immediately resolve or escape. I often expect my body or mind to fail me in moments of stress. If this resonates, we will now gently connect with the emotional experience behind this pattern. A sudden drop in my stomach. My chest tightens and my breathing gets shallow. My mind races to find the worst possible outcome. The thought something terrible is going to happen loops without stopping. My body feels like it's bracing for a physical impact. My arms want to pull in and protect my chest. A sense of being trapped in my own body. The belief that I cannot handle what is coming. Feeling completely alone with the terror. A desperate need to find an escape route. My throat closes, making it hard to swallow. The future looks dark and inescapable. My heart pounds so hard I can hear it in my ears. The thought that this feeling will never end. A sense of being a small, helpless creature facing a predator. My legs feel weak, like they might give out. Every small noise or sensation is a potential threat. The world outside feels unsafe and unpredictable. A deep urge to run, but my body feels frozen. The thought, I can't do this, repeating. My vision narrows, focusing only on the danger. A cold sweat on my palms. The feeling that my mind is about to snap or shatter. A certainty that I am in mortal danger. The thought, this is it, this is the moment it all falls apart. A profound sense of exhaustion from the constant vigilance. Notice how this feels in your body. I am terrified that I won't survive this moment. I need someone to tell me I'm safe. Why can't my body just calm down? I feel so out of control. I don't trust myself to handle anything. This fear is going to swallow me whole. I can't stand how this feels. Breathe into the heaviness. I am so tired of being scared all the time. There is no way out of this feeling. I am too fragile for this world. This is too much for me. I need to be saved. Let the body soften a little. I am convinced that the worst is about to happen. I hate how my body betrays me. Nothing feels safe. I am just waiting for the next disaster. There is no ground beneath my feet. I cannot trust this moment. I notice these intense thoughts and sensations arising in my awareness. I am breathing while this wave of fear moves through me. My sense of self is here, simply watching these feelings come and go. Underlying beliefs. Perhaps I believe that vulnerability equals annihilation. Maybe I think that the world is fundamentally dangerous and I am not equipped to handle it. It is possible that I believe my body is an unreliable vehicle that will betray me at any moment. I could be operating under the belief that uncertainty must be eliminated or it will destroy me. Possibly, there is a part of me that believes being caught off guard means death. It is conceivable that I am using hypervigilance as a way to feel a false sense of control. Believing that if I can just anticipate the threat, I can prevent the unbearable feeling. I may be holding on to the belief that my safety depends entirely on external circumstances I cannot control. These beliefs are patterns from past experiences where I had to be constantly alert to survive. But they are not the truth of who I am now. The outdated identity I have been carrying is that of the small, defenseless one. A protective strategy that once kept me alive by pre-scanning for danger. But this structure is now being outgrown, and it no longer aligns with the capable adult I am today. Adult self gently turned toward your inner child. I'm sorry to my inner child who had to learn that the world was unsafe, and that you had to be constantly on guard to survive. I'm sorry you had to endure moments where the fear felt bigger than you, and you felt so alone with it. I see now how that fear was a necessary shield, and I understand why you held on to it so tightly. Your awareness is safe now. These big emotions are just visitors passing through, and I am here as the stable, calm observer who can hold space for all of them. Inner child speaks. You're really not going to leave me alone with this. It feels different when you are here, watching with me. Adult speaks. I give you permission to heal from the need to constantly scan for danger. I give you permission to forgive yourself for believing you were too fragile for this world. I release any guilt and shame you carry for being so scared. I honor our journey together, especially the part that kept us safe. I love you completely and exactly as you are. You are safe to let go and be yourself now because I am here. And I will always protect you. These feelings are passing experiences, not the reality of who we are. Message from higher self. Now that we've felt and honored the experience, allow understanding and light to arise naturally. Your inherent worth has never been contingent on your ability to control outcomes or eliminate fear. It is the unchanging foundation beneath every wave of anxiety. The old belief that uncertainty was a threat was an illusion, born from a time when your survival depended on knowing what was coming. Now the truth is that your true self is untouched by the unknown, resting in the calm that exists before any story of danger arises. All thoughts, fears, and bodily sensations are temporary appearances. In the vast, clear sky of your consciousness, you are the sky, not the passing storm. This truth restores calm, freedom, and balance, filling the void. I can feel my feet on the floor while my mind races with a scary thought. My breath moves slowly in and out, even as a sensation of tightness appears in my chest. I take one step forward, even though the path ahead isn't fully clear. I hold this experience without needing to escape it, while still being able to do the next simple thing. There is space around the fear, a sense of being able to move, to act, to live while it is present. The ask, inner child, I give you permission to feel the ground beneath you right now. To let that solidness be what you notice first. I allow a slow, small breath to move through the tightness, just to see what it feels like. Adult self, I choose to stay present right here, letting the sensations in my body be what they are, without needing to change them or flee. I can pause for a moment, noticing the support beneath me, and then take one small action from this place of connection. Higher self, I allow this experience to unfold in its own time, in my body, without needing to understand or control it. I release any need to know how this will turn out, trusting that awareness is the stable ground upon which all sensations arise and pass. Bridge into your new reality. Before, the first hint of uncertainty felt like a trap closing in. But now, in this moment, it feels more like an open space, where I can simply pause and notice my breath. Where my body used to brace and contract against the feeling of fear, I now sense a subtle capacity to soften around it, like holding something fragile rather than fighting it. What once felt like a future collapsing inward now feels like a present moment unfolding, with the same unknown now appearing in awareness as simply the next moment. Not a catastrophe. Reclaim your power. I choose to release the disempowering belief that my safety depends on controlling the uncontrollable. And instead, I embrace the learning that comes from staying present with life exactly as it is. I honor the part of me that witnesses all of this. The fear, the calm, the thoughts, the sensations. Knowing that this observing self is always untouched, always capable, and holds all the wisdom and compassion I will ever need. Seeing it done, I imagine myself feeling a gentle, grounded presence as the first hint of an old familiar contraction arises. I see myself now noticing the shift in my body with simple curiosity, not alarm. My breath stays slow and deep as a wave of sensation passes through, and I watch it move like a cloud crossing a clear sky. There is no need to brace, to run, or to fix. I am sitting comfortably in a chair, feeling the solid support beneath me. The people around me are going about their lives, and I am part of that flow, moving with ease. My mind is calm, my shoulders are relaxed, and there is a quiet smile of recognition. This is what it feels like to be at home in myself. No matter what arises in consciousness, I rest in the quiet knowing that I am always safe within my own awareness. I breathe easily, feeling the support of life beneath me and around me. I move through my day with a natural, unforced rhythm, trusting the flow. This is just what it feels like to be in my body, noticing sensations come and go. It's normal to feel a shift and simply watch it pass. Like a leaf on a stream. Now experience a new future. I am walking into a situation that used to trigger a spiral of fear. I notice the first subtle change. A quickening in my chest. I pause for a moment, just noticing it. My feet are solid on the floor. I feel a slow, easy breath fill my belly. I see the thought something bad might happen appear in my mind. And it feels like a leaf floating by, not an alarm. I let my shoulders soften, a small, natural movement. My eyes take in the room around me, seeing colors and shapes. Not scanning for threats. I feel the familiar sensation of tightness in my chest. And instead of fighting it, I imagine a gentle, warm light expanding there, making room. My breathing stays steady, my rhythm undisturbed. I feel a sense of curiosity about what I will experience next. I am not preparing for a disaster. I am simply here. I see another person approach, and my body stays open, not braced. I feel a slight flutter in my stomach, and I notice it with a kind of gentle acknowledgement. My mind doesn't grab onto it. I am aware of my own presence, steady and continuous. I am able to listen to them, my attention moving outward easily. I feel a sense of connection, not just to them, but to the calm within myself. The conversation flows naturally. I am not performing calm. I am being it. A thought passes through about how this used to be impossible, and I simply note it without it pulling me away. I feel a quiet satisfaction, a grounded sense of this is me, handling life. The situation ends, and I walk away, my breath slow, my body relaxed. I feel a natural sense of completion. Like a chapter that has been rewritten. I am not waiting for the next shoe to drop. I am simply present with the feeling of ease that now fills this space inside me. Allow this felt sense to continue integrating naturally in the body and in life. Take a deep breath, feel the shift, and smile. Let this settle gently. There's nothing you need to do right now. You can return to this whenever you feel called. Be gentle with yourself.